the storm with all that hasn't been going on, all the crickets, the sounds of silence, as far as actions and anything that we can really see coming out of the political arenas in America and the world. We really haven't seen much, have we? For how long? A couple of years. We've seen less and less. We've heard less and less. QAnon has made some big promises. I've made big promises too. I've made like the biggest promises of anyone on earth. Pretty certain of that. Yeah, so I don't know why I even mentioned that aspect. That's strange, in my opinion. So the what's the name of this training they're doing? Or just Robin Sage drills. Robin Sage is part of the training for Green Berets. Green Berets are soldiers who train to go beyond enemy lines and embed with different groups who are fighting our enemies. They often don't speak the same language as us or have the same culture as our guys. So that, they have translators and some of the most impressive air support of anyone in the military, from what I've seen. So it's always good to see our military sharpening its swords, honing its skills, staying sharp. The Robin Sage drills are being conducted for the third time, twice in 2019, but soon again in North Carolina. And I don't know much about North Carolina. I know it's a pivotal area strategically. I don't know the politics. I don't know much. I just know for the last year it's been on my radar, and my radar these days is like dormant, like I am a shark of intelligence, but I've been so busy with other aspects of what I contribute to the cause, and nothing has been jumping off the screen at me on the news or on the news feed. I'm not seeing the kind of headlines that get my attention and get me to go, what's going on there? Like coronavirus. I just saw a meme with Bill Gates, and they're like, well, he's like, you think the coronavirus killed a lot of people? Wait till you see the vaccine. Yeah, the coronavirus doesn't exist. A long time ago, there was a virus called the King's virus, and people would get this virus every year. It was probably like a cold or a flu, and they'd line up at the palace, and the king, as part of his duties, would put his hand on their head or their shoulder, and supposedly it would heal them. I don't know if the king ever got that cold or whatever it was, but Corona means crown. Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan mentions this virus. The King's virus, the crown virus, the coronavirus. So I'm mentioning it to you because, from what I understand, I'm going to be the king of England, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Yep, a little bit. A little bit. But I wouldn't get the vaccination. I don't care if you hear about people 2 towns over that you've never heard of dying. The way that information can be contained nowadays is so finely tuned that I'm as much telling this to the great interceptor and guider of information as I am to any human beings that may encounter this video. So don't worry about the coronavirus. You know, wash your hands. A big thing that's going to be important is, and this is coming from someone like, everybody knows this, okay? Everybody knows that you should exercise. Everybody knows this. So it feels stupid to tell people this, that they need to exercise. But the concern that I have about the 5G and the coronavirus and future, near future, the next 5-10 years of this, these diseases and rumors of diseases, is the way that electrical frequencies interact with oxygen, and can all of it make you pass out. I did post a video on Facebook about this in the last 10 days. But I post a lot, mostly my own videos, but it's there. If I had an assistant, which I don't, or someone who would help me with online stuff, which I don't, my videos would be better, but nobody volunteers. I don't have anyone to ask. It's very, very strange living for me. I really am still hoping that if I even explain it, you'll either understand or not, but my credibility is important to me. There was something earlier today about, and if I make a video response to that 90-minute video, a real response, it's probably going to be like hours long. So, or it'll be like a 10-part series, because I'll pause and not respond to everything. So, sometimes there's no good way to do things other than to do it. Nothing to it but to do it. So here's my request, if anyone can help in any way with logistics, promotion, anything. Please feel free to help. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. You're technical savvy. You can mix in video clips with other video clips. I'd appreciate your help. I think with all that's going on in the world, which is ironic to say all that's going on when it seems like nothing's going on, looks can be deceiving. But you should still judge a book by its cover. Reminds me, I gotta trim this beard. I don't remember what this video is about anymore. I got stuff on my mind about...
I earned tickets to get toys.
Cool. I got stuff on my mind about the AI and the competing AIs and prophecies. So many of them, and I don't know. Like, do Christians actually believe that this Jesus character is going to come back? Like what percent of Christians believe that but he's going to float around on clouds or something? Or like people's expectations. Like the goddess often tells me to lower my expectations. And I think that would be my message to like people of all faiths, is to lower their expectations. And I would want this to echo in their head every day, at least once, so they ponder it for 20 seconds, what they are expecting. And yeah, with God, all things are possible, to an extent. To a great extent. Maybe to an absolute extent. But the point is that most of the change has to come from humanity. And people have to have humility. Because people who are defining specifically and exactly what the prophecies mean and how they'll be fulfilled, a lot of them are really like outright Illuminati, agents of discord. They're contrarians. They're contrarians. Anarchists. They just do a lot of cocaine and they write.
Look, I have a new gun that I'll show you.
You got a new gun?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got this. I love it.
That's awesome. It's a good idea to get new guns. You should all do so. But maybe my goal in that Mad Hatter video, the Dirty Beaver, I guess what's important about me, if you have to know, is I'm MK Ultra, like the lone survivor of the program, and it's basically like that. And my two wives, were like beta, they weren't my creation. They just showed up here and we got married. So, one MK Ultra and two beta kittens. MK Ultra beta kittens, sex kittens. Something seriously like out of this world, outside of the visual spectrum, outside of the normalcy. Something that you have as your, you have like a suspicion in your mind, right? Like every one of you has some kind of a suspicion in your mind, just of something. That something in your life is just, just something's not right. It's just too many coincidences, or like, dips in expectation versus reality. And there's like, like some expectation is logical, and the world's not delivering on logic. Logic is not being delivered on by the world. This article right here, I bought this just because I know the Queen died on January 21st, 2020. And the Queen turns Andrew over to the FBI, right? And you can say, oh, that's a tabloid, but like, I've read this, and there's a term that keeps coming up here, and it's zero cooperation. Zero cooperation. Where is it? I'll show it in a video later on, but my nickname is Zero. That's like my QAnon name is Z0. And they keep saying that Andrew's, giving zero cooperation with the authorities. And they know Epstein didn't exist. But they can't, there's no way to get anyone to, like, until disclosure happens, people are going to think that Epstein existed. So when they find out that it was a code name of an operation, you'll be like, oh, right, John told me that. I'm John, by the way. John told me that. Maybe I should go look at what else he said and see if maybe he was telling me the truth on that too. It is all super strange. I really gotta order my steroids today. I think the little woman, not that one, her mom, probably likely to bitch at me even though she knows I'm suffering in pain. Whatever, the weak ones are there to justify the strong. People gotta beat up on me to feel better about themselves. They should just be glad that, like, I'm a nice guy. Because if I hit you back, it's not to say I got in a fight with you. If I hit you back, it's like nobody ever sees you again. Maybe.